How's it going, guys? Mr. Markley here, coming back with another video. Hope everybody had a good spring break. This week, I'm going to be talking to you about some apps on the phone that I think might help you guys out. I know everybody is stuck at home. There's not a lot to do, so people end up spending a lot of time on their phones, computers, TVs, things like that. I'm hoping that I can help out the kids and parents by giving them some ideas of apps they could use that aren't Fortnite, or TikTok or any of those apps that the kids like to use. Hopefully ones that can be more beneficial to mental health and education. So here goes. I'm going to give you two different lists. One's about apps that can help you with your mental health, which is what I'm going to start with first. I don't have as many of these because I don't think there are as many apps, or at least good apps, for mental health, especially for kids, as there are on education. But here's my list. Okay. Number one is an app called MindShift. MindShift is targeted to help anxiety. It helps you understand anxiety, helps you with relaxation tasks, helping understand different situations that can make you anxious, and it helps you develop healthy thinking patterns and can change, behavior from negative to positive. The second one is called Headspace Guided Meditation. This can help kids becoming more calm and focused. It teaches awareness, personal growth, and self-reflection. Number three is one called Smiling Mind. It can help deal with pressure, stress, challenges just of everyday life that you face. It also helps teach about mindfulness, which is what I talked to you guys about last room, and mindfulness in the classroom, which is pretty cool. It even tracks your progress of all of your sessions that you do, and it keeps track of how your emotions change, which is pretty cool. It can help you stay on track. The next one is called Breathe, Think, Do with Sesame. So this is actually for the younger kids. It can teach them something called the Breathe, Think, Do method, which sometimes I teach to the younger kids in my group sessions. It is essentially you take deep breaths to help yourself calm down. Then you strategize and choose a solution to the problem that you're having. So it can help with things like self-control, problem solving, planning, and perseverance. The next one is called Calm. This is actually one of the most popular, if not the most popular, mindfulness kind of mental health app out there. It's kind of targeted more towards the older kids or even adults, but I think it's a really good one. It can help with, obviously, your mindfulness. It actually uses guided meditation lessons to help with that. And it helps with anxiety, stress, and can even help you sleep. The next one is called Mindful Powers. It's actually a lot like the Calm app, using guided meditation and things like that, but it's for younger users, so you kids might like that one. And the last one's actually pretty cool. It's called The Zones of Regulation. It is actually a game that was developed with a gaming studio along with an occupational therapist, and it helps guide you through your emotions and how to go from emotions like anger or sadness, so those negative emotions, and how to move on to more positive emotions. So that one's called The Zones of Regulation. It's actually a game that can also be a kind of a mental health app. So that's kind of a 2-for-1. All right. Done with my mental health apps. As I said, there aren't as many of those. I'm going to get into my educational apps. There's a lot of these out there. I think some are better than others. I came up with 15 that I think would be good for you guys. Some are made for younger kids, some are older, so I'm going to give an age range with these. And if you already have them, that's cool. If you want to check them out, please do. I think they can help you out over this break, kind of, give you something to do and keep it educational. The first one is obviously ABC Mouse. I think a lot of you guys have heard of this one. Most of you know it from the website, but there's also an ABC Mouse app for those of you who don't have computers. It's basically storyline-based videos, quizzes, activities. It even has a map that outlines your learning path, so it kind of gives you a track on how you're doing. That one's for ages 2 through 8. Obviously, if you're close to that age range, you can use that as well. The next one is called Epic, and it's got an exclamation point after it. EPIC exclamation point. This one is an ebook library, so it's basically just a library of online books, and they have over 35,000 books for kids. This one's ages 2 through 12, so it's not just little kids. It's the littlest kids up to, our 5th graders, even 6th and 7th graders sometimes. And it also has a read to me feature for the little ones. If you parents wanted to put little ones that couldn't read yet on the read to me app, feature of that app, then they could sit there and have some books read to them. Number 3 is called Hungry Caterpillar Play School. That one's for the younger kids, ages 1 through 5. It essentially helps them learn the skills to start school. So this is for like pre-K or going into pre-K students, or maybe even some kindergartners. Things like shapes, colors, numbers, the alphabet, basics like that. Number 4 is called Quick Math Junior. This is for ages 4 through 8. This is basically an app that makes math fun with different math games. They have 12 different math games to play that can challenge the kids and help them learn math skills. The next one's pretty cool. It's called Duolingo. If you don't know about that, it's Duo, D-U-O, Lingo, L-I-N-G-O. It's for ages 10 plus, so this is for our older kids. But I mean, obviously, if you have an 8 or 9-year-old that wants to give it a try, they can. And parents can use this app as well. It's a language learning app, kind of like Rosetta Stone, but not as intense and free. It's got over 30 different languages to work on, so you can either practice the language that you're trying to master, for those of you who are maybe new to country, things like that, and you're trying to work on your English, or you can try learning a whole new language. You got time right now. The next one is called Lightbot Code Hour. This is for ages 8 plus. It is a coding app. So any of you who did coding club in the past, or if computer coding sounds fun, this is basically a beginning to that. It teaches you how to do the basics of code, and it's fun. The next one is called Starfall ABCs. It's ages 2 through 5, so this is for the little ones. It helps little kids learn letters, words, and it can even teach sign language, which is pretty cool. Number 8 on my list is called Brain Pop. This is actually a really cool one because they have Brain Pop Junior, and Brain Pop ELL. So essentially the Brain Pop apps, they feature educational animated videos on all sorts of different topics, along with short quizzes to test your knowledge on the topic when you're done. Brain Pop is for probably our 3rd, 4th, 5th graders. Brain Pop Junior is for the younger kids. And Brain Pop ELL is for those students who are still trying to learn English. It's actually an English language learning with those short animated videos. So it's pretty cool. That's Brain Pop Junior, and Brain Pop ELL. The next one is called Swift Playgrounds. Swift Playgrounds. This is another coding app, just like Lightbot Code Hour, except it's for ages 9 plus, so it's a little more intensive. And it's actually made by Apple, the people who make the iPhones. So it's got really cool graphics, and it does lessons, puzzles, games to help kids learn about coding. So that's pretty cool for those of you who are into computer and computer language. The next one is the Nick Jr. app. Many of you younger kids, this one's for normally ages 2 through 7, but many of you who are older watch Nick Jr. too, even now or when you were younger on TV. But there's an app, a Nick Jr. app. So even without access to a TV, you can have Nickelodeon Jr. TV shows and games that you can play and watch. So, if you're into Paw Patrol or Peppa Pig, things like that, you can do that even without a computer. The next one is YouTube Kids. So this is for any of our elementary students, for you parents who want to let your kids use YouTube and do things like that, but don't want them to have all the freedom of YouTube, so they're not watching adult themes. YouTube Kids is a more safe version that can help with that. The next one is PBS Kids Games and PBS Kids Video. They have apps. It's for normally the younger kids, ages 2 through 7, but they have PBS Video is an app that lets you watch PBS TV shows on your phone or computer. And PBS Kids Games are games based off of PBS Kids shows. So, PBS Kids is most often educational. So this will keep them entertained while also, giving them something to do. And it's educational. So the next one is for our younger kids. This is, for kids who maybe aren't in school yet or up to kindergarten or first grade. This is Elmo Loves 1, 2, 3s. And there's also an Elmo Loves ABCs. So it's basically Elmo, Sesame Street Elmo, helps kids learn their letters and numbers in a fun way. The next one is called Goodness Shapes. This is for the younger kids too, mostly little siblings that haven't gotten into school yet or maybe kindergartners. It's a fun introduction to things like shapes, colors, sorting, and matching. So if you have little kids or little brothers and sisters that are looking for something to do, download this Goodness Shapes app and you can help them learn some things too over this break. And the last one I have is called Winky Think Logic Puzzles. Winky Think Logic Puzzles. It's recommended for ages 3 through 8. It teaches problem-solving skills related to the basics of math. It's basically these logic puzzles, and it can help kids learn critical thinking and analysis along with some math there. So hopefully you guys like my list. If you have others that you use, that's fine too. I'm just trying to give you options that you can go to that aren't just watching TV that's not educational or playing video games that aren't educational on your phone. And this can help, all these apps can help people who don't have computers, but most of you do have cell phones. So go ahead and give them a look. Some of them are free, most of them I think. Some of them you might have to pay for one time, or maybe there's like a monthly trial, but many of them have a 1 month free trial that you could use during this break. That would be nice. And also some of them have waived their subscription fees completely because of what we're going through. They're trying to help out. So give that a look. Kids, if you're watching this, have your parents watch this too so they can have all these ideas. If you have younger siblings or if it's their phone, they're going to be the ones that want to download the app. So talk to them about what apps you find interesting if you want help from them to download it. All right, until next week, hope you guys are being safe, and I'll see you later. Bye.